Hello, it's Philip Taylor speaking, and I'm looking at a book on pensions today. This is TOLLEY'S Pensions Taxation for 2011 to 12, written by Stephen Ward. It's just really come out. We've given it the title, Involved Professionally with Pensions. This is an essential read from LexisNexis TOLLEY. This is the book here. It's quite a small book. It's a relatively slim volume. Some comment on the back, which you can probably see. Nice little signposts to give you an indication of which way you're going. That's the cover. Very good preface by Stephen Ward, which we've commented on in our written statement. There is a sort of a chapter headings. You get an idea of what's available. You've got paragraph numbering. Again, it's done with the little brackets around them. You can see that there probably. Which gives some idea of what's what. There's nothing by way of really of footnotes. What you do have at the back is a reasonably detailed index, not particularly heavy, but good enough. And then you've got 6 appendices looking at the various schemes and going through in a lot of detail some of the information that's important. I mean, the most important part in many ways is the pension and lump sum rules. As I say, pages, about 250 pages altogether. I like this because there's some useful examples in it, and let me say a little bit about what we've got in our review. As few people, including practitioners, really know how the UK pension system works, this book should be a revealing and enlightening read. And Stephen Ward states that the purpose of the book is to place all the key information about pensions tax in one volume, and that's what he succeeds in doing. The book starts with a history of pensions tax, starting basically going back quite a long way, and brings us completely up to date with changes in the system introduced by the Finance Act 2011, which Ward hopes will stand the test of time at least for next year's Finance Act in 2012. He traces the development of UK pensions tax systems throughout the 20th century, starting just after the First War, and obviously a process, he says, culminated in something of a labyrinth of often contradictory rules and regulations, which as we move into 2012 may well repeat itself. The Finance Act 2011, as Ward observes, provides 60 pages of new legislation dealing with what has been termed disguised remuneration. And the aim of this book, therefore, is to deal with the pension tax regime of such legislation in as clear a manner as possible, and he succeeds, I think, with that. Usefully, each of the 14 chapters begins with an introduction before going into the detail required. I'll give you an example of that. For instance, benefits. You see the introduction right at the beginning. It's a nice way of actually easing in to what is, frankly, a bit of a boring subject to many people. The table of statutes and cases is very useful, and the statutory instruments provide avenues for further research, and no less than 6 appendices, as I've indicated, including the HMRC guidance, which further illuminates this quite often opaque subject. In addition to lawyers and accountants, we think journalists probably will be interested, or anybody working with pensions, and they will find, I think, this another excellent guide from TOLLEY LexisNexis, and will be a valuable addition to your reference library at your firm or chambers. So thank you to all concerned for an excellent publication. Bye bye.